Okay, study guide, adding and subtracting, Unit 1A. Negative 9 1/2 is rational only. It's not an integer because of the half. So, boom. Which set of numbers is not a subset of rational numbers? It would be, okay, integers is a subset. Negative repeating decimals, because there's a pattern, is a subset. Terminating decimals is a subset. Square roots of whole numbers. If you take something like the square root of 3, it's irrational. All whole numbers are rational. True, because that's a subset. And then the Venn diagram that we did earlier in the year, oops, I'm going too fast. Let's see. This, because there's a pattern, 11.23232323, this is rational only. And then our Venn diagram, if you remember, we had a bunch of circles. And let's see, the relationship, we started with naturals. Let's make that a different color. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then they are part of the whole number system. That's where we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we had integers. And that's where we had -3, -5, -10 show up. And then we had the rational layer that shows up. The rational onlys is where we had fractions appear. But that Venn diagram kind of shows how the groups fit within each other. Okay, now we're just going to do some number crunching. Negative 1.32 plus 5.02. I know the absolute value of 5 is going to be to 1. So my answer is going to be positive, and I am just going to get my difference between those two absolute values. And so when we subtract, boom, the sum is 3.7. I'm going to use keep, add, opposite and make my life a whole lot easier, and this becomes a simple calculation of 2.75. The whole number 2 has to go out on the side, so this is 9.5. Circle that up. Again, negative 12.7, keep, add, opposite. I have more positives than negatives, so I'm going to have a positive answer, and I just need to compare the absolute values. And when I subtract this, I get 22.3. 4 1/3 minus 2 3/4. Okay. I think sometimes we just need to rewrite and think of this as all negatives being combined. And in that, oops, I accidentally muted myself. In this situation, I don't think we need to go improper because we're not subtracting. And then this is going to be 9/12. So I'm going to combine, that's -6 and 13/12. And then we get -7 1/12. Boom. Here is where I would recommend going improper. First thing I'm going to do, though, is get a common denominator. And this is going to be -5. I'm going to use 15. 5 times 3, 1 times 3. 3 times 5, 2 times 5. Now, this is going to be -78/15 plus 40/15. And that ends up being -38/15. And when we clean that up and go back to a mixed number, that's -2 8/15. Okay, temperature is -3 or 3 below 0. At 10, we warmed up to 11. What's the change in temperature? Well, it got warmer, so I'm going to start warm and compare it to my cold temperature. Difference is comparing, and you have to put in -3. So this becomes 11 plus 3, and it is a 14-degree increase. Okay, Deposit is adding, withdrawal is taking money out. So we have $25, but I'm gonna deposit $85.10 and then another $17.96. And when all that is added together, that's $128.05. I'm going to spend or take out $13.50 and $55.32. When I add that together, that's $68.82. When I subtract my $68.82, I'm kind of writing small here. When I perform the calculation, I end up with $59.23. That is my balance on Friday. Okay, I get a pen for $225, one pencil, a notebook, and one more highlighter. And when all that is combined, that's $10.82. But I have a coupon, and a coupon saves me money. And when I subtract that out, I only need to pay $5.57, but I'm going to hand the person $50 and subtract $5.57. So that's a 4, that's a 10, that's a 9, that's a 3, that's a 4. $44.43 is what they should hand back to me. Let's see. I have some material, 6 1/3 yards, and I'm going to make a dress out of it. Okay, 1 minus 2 is negative. So my recommendation is to go improper. 19/3 minus 11/3, because we already have common denominator. So I get 8/3, which is better known as 2 2/3 yards. Okay, it says Lubbock on average is 8 feet above sea level. Place in California is 39 feet below. What's the difference? Start with the larger number. Difference means subtract, and if we're below sea level, that is a negative situation. So keep, add, opposite, and that's 47 feet.
Are you recording?
I'm almost done. All right. Let's see. We have how many more cups of sugar than water? Okay, I have 1 5/6 cups. How many more? 3/8. 6/8 is also 3/4. I'm going to simplify that. Why go big numbers when I have to? I need a common denominator, which is going to be a 12, so that becomes a 10. That's a 12, 4 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9, and I apologize for how fast I'm having to make this thing, but we had kind of an emergency this morning. Okay, I need to know how much we have all together, so that I have to add 7/8, 2 1/2, and 2/5. So I'm going to focus on these two first. 7/8 plus 2 4/8. I'm going to get 2 11/8, and I'm going to clean that up. That's 3 3/8. Now I'm going to take 3 3/8. I'm going to add 2/5, which means I've got to get some 40ths. Let's see, that'll be 15 40ths and 16 40ths. So I'm bringing my 3 over here because I ran out of space, and that becomes 3 31 40ths inches. Okay, we want to get a scarf. It's $45, kind of expensive, and a $77 sweater, also kind of pricey. Together, that's $122.50. It says how much money does she need to purchase the items? If she only has $100, so 120. Mercy, $22.50 minus $100. That leaves $22.50. That's how much she needs. And then this one always confuses everybody. We've built half, and we've built 2/5, and we've built something on Wednesday. We don't know how much. And then what part did she build on Wednesday? Well, we're building one whole shed. So we're going to take out the parts that we've built. and I need to get tenths. So that's 5 tenths and 4 tenths. So 1 whole minus 9 tenths. So think of 10 tenths minus 9 tenths. So 1 tenth was built on Wednesday. And that's our study guide.